Hey guys, today's video is going to be a September plan with me. You're going to see how I plan everything, including my YouTube and Patreon, which is what I'm starting with. Lately I've been using post-it notes. All my video ideas go on post-it notes, and at the end I put film, edit, thumbnail, and then post, and everything gets checked off as it gets done. And then I take the post-it notes and I put them in an actual schedule. And this is my YouTube schedule. So you kind of get a sneak peek of what you get to see this month. And then after I've done that, I figure out my Patreon schedule. And you'll also get a sneak peek of that. And the lessons are for my plate thing. And if you are not a member of my Patreon and you want to be on the plate, just go on there and sign on. It's just $25 a month. And then after I do YouTube and Patreon, I get on to my budget. Lately, at the end of every month, I sit down and I take the time to go through and I figure out how much money I spent and how much money I saved in each category. And the categories are gas, food, meds, supplements, and then there's an other category. And ever since we've been on quarantine, the other category seems to go over every month. I'm hoping by December that I do not owe myself anything, because it's going to be hard to pay myself back. But so that's what you see here. I'm just going through and writing down the amounts in all the categories, and then you'll see me later on. I'll pull out my phone and actually calculate how much money was spent and how much money was saved in every category. And then after I'm done with the post-it note, I switch and I go through and look at the next month's budget, which you will see in a little bit. Okay, so this is my September budget. I plugged in most of the expenses I'm expecting. I don't know what deposits I'm expecting, and that's pretty much what my monthly budget looks like at the beginning of every month. So now we're moving on to weekly and monthly planning. And the first thing I do is look at my planner and write down the 3 goals for that month. My planner has a this month's top 3 section, and I actually like using that. And then after I do that, I start planning out my weeks. So usually I'll plug in my YouTube videos that go up on certain days, my Patreon schedule, and if I possibly can, if I know when I'm working, I will plug in when I'm working out and any other appointments that I know I have to make. Because at least one day every week I sit down and figure out, okay, so this month I have to make this appointment. So I sit down on a certain day and I make appointments for every month. And I try to make all my appointments at the beginning of every month, so I don't have to worry about it later. So currently I like to do a week at a glance, and this is just what I'm doing. And this is for the week that I'm filming this, because I knew what days I had to work and I knew what days I wanted to get stuff done. But if you want a more in-depth video on my week at a glance planning, let me know down below and I will totally do that. And the final thing that I do to plan out my month is a brain dump. So I go through and I look at my brain dump for the last month. So I went through my brain dump for August, and I went through and I checked off what I had actually accomplished. Then I wrote down September brain dump and went through and wrote down what I wanted to get done for the month of September. And most of what I want to get done every month is usually video related, maybe some organizing, planning stuff. And if I do, and that's kind of how I also plan my videos for the next month. Because it's like, okay, if I'm going to clean this and organize this, and maybe I should turn it into a video. That way, that's also how I plan my content. So that's kind of it for how I plan my month lately. And I also will still complete my dry erase calendar, but I haven't been using it as often with my work schedule. So usually all I put on there is my workouts, and that's usually about it, because and there's a lot of blank days, and the blank days are when I'm working. So I'm not showing you my dry erase calendar in this because it's not really September yet when I film this, so I'm not going to change up my dry erase calendar for a new month when it's not yet that new month. And I'm also not going to share it because it's usually blank, and I know not everybody wants to see a blank dry erase calendar. So that is it for this September plan with me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've not done so already, hit the red subscribe button down below. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.